Hey, welcome back to my channel. They call me Charisma. And happy after Thanksgiving to everybody. And I hope your holiday is going good. Hopefully, you are not anywhere that you didn't want to be. So, I'm doing a quick follow up with the trophy wife just to kind of put a bow on that. And I wrote down a couple of things that I observed because, of course, Lovely T did a follow up as she does because she did a deep dive on um, the trophy wife, and we finally got to know who she is, her name, because another person stepped into the comments and identified herself as the husband's niece, and her name was D. And she came on and talked about a few things that kind of put a little spice on what was going on. Because, as you know, according to Isis, who is the trophy wife, from her video, we got a chance to see someone who is saying that her husband has, according to her, maybe done something to her 4-year-old daughter. So from that video, we got one side of the story and a perception of things that looked very harmful for someone's child. But from D, what we got was totally different. What we got from her was that her uncle would never do something like this. There are multiple children, and that there's this older son who may or may not be the person who is doing these things. And also from D, what I saw, or from what she was saying, was that these two people got together, did not know each other very well. Isis, or Paloma as she was also called, is someone who was looking for someone to take care of her. And so in this man that she married, that's maybe what she got or thought she would have. And that once he was not agreeable to those conditions, then all of these accusations come. The other observation that I noticed too, and this is just me from my experience in investigation, the appearance that Isis had from her first video. She was dressed in white, and you know, white is that color of purity, virginity, innocence, and she of course was very emotional, and she gave off this appearance of being very fragile, right? So she gave you this look of, I'm innocent and I'm fragile and I need help. She gave that off in that first video, which is very helpful when you're building this case of I am a person who is in need of assistance, right? So D goes on to talk about the situation from her point of view and from a point of view of defending her relative. So she does that, and then Isis, Paloma, comes back with her rebuttal, as people do, right? And then we get to see a whole nother person. She is dressed in all black, and she is not this weak, defenseless looking person anymore. She's very angry, she's very upset, and she is in total defense of this woman, D, speaking about her child and accusing her child of doing anything wrong. She has her receipts. She's showing her court documents. She is hot as fish grease behind this woman saying anything about her child. She's no longer this innocent, defenseless looking individual dressed in all white and I need help and assistance. Because in D's video, she's also accused her of doing a GoFundMe and trying to get money from people. So throughout this, I'm looking, I'm listening, and I have no conclusion, of course, because I know none of these people and this is not my business, but you brought it to a place where everybody can make it their business. My only conclusion is, if any of this is true, my one desire is that the children get the help that they need. Because if any of this is true, the only people that are being hurt are children who are totally innocent and have nothing to do with this foolishness that these adults are carrying on with. And again, I go back to the same thing I always go back to, the choices that you're making. And now, most especially at this time, we are in the middle of Mercury in retrograde. And if you don't know what that is, I know you know what that is. You hear people talk about it all the time, about how Mercury interferes with communication, the communication that you have with other people, the misunderstandings that you have. Your computer's not working, your phone's not working. But Mercury is also this thing that allows you to go back and look at things, to revisit that thing, revisit that choice that you made, to have the opportunity to think again about something. So you can take it as that, which is much kinder, much more gentle, or you can see it as this frustrating thing. Because honestly, this is an opportunity for people to sit back and really look at the thing that they made, the decision that they made. Because clearly Isis, Paloma, whatever she's being called, made a decision to choose someone based upon certain things. And so did the man. He made a decision to pick a person based upon certain things. Now, if those things are not grounding things, helpful things that can serve you for longer than that moment, then maybe that wasn't the best choice. And maybe that is what's showing up now as well. So, in all of this, the only thing that is really hurtful, offensive, painful is whatever these children are going through. So my hope for the family is that that part gets resolved in the best way, that the children get the help that they need and deserve. But now I come to you and ask you the question of, when you've looked at these videos, if you've watched them, because I am going to link them to this video, what do you think? What are you seeing? Is it about the choices? Is it about Mercury in retrograde and being able to go back and look at things? Or is it just the nonsense that we have become accustomed to seeing? Because to me, this is not the place that you bring those things. Because if any of this is true, if any of this is real, this is a much bigger thing than coming to social media to try to garnish sympathy, GoFundMe, any of those things. This is not the place for that, to try to see how many clicks or likes or whatever that thing is that validates you. So I do want to know what you think in the comments. I do want you to subscribe and join me in this channel that I'm trying to grow, because I am going to be looking at things like relationships, things that make us grow, things that have stunted our growth. How do we move away from that? Because all of those things are here for us to observe, to grow from, to learn from. But this situation was interesting to me because when I hear somebody say that they're teaching women how to be a trophy wife, a thing that is all about being on a shelf, a thing that is about, oh, I won you, I conquered you. To want to be that thing is very puzzling to me, especially now when women don't have to be a wife and that's it, a trophy. It just sounded very weird to me, and I wanted to really look at that and investigate and find out what was really going on. So in the comments, let me know what you think. Click like, subscribe. I'm always saying that. And thank you for watching. See you next time.